What's up everyone, welcome back to another APM video, and today we are going to be testing out the brand new suspension and we're going to be building some of the most insane mudding trucks in American Plains Muddy. So if you guys are excited, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, and let's begin with the video. So we have our GMC right here. Look at this thing is so small. I think I'm going to add a suspension kit onto this thing. So we're going to make our way towards the mechanic shop, and we're also going to be able to pick up some brand new trucks at the mechanic shop and customize them and turn them into off-roading mudding machines. So let's make our way over there, and of course we're also going to put them to the test. Our goal is to make sure they pass the test, and we do this before the sun sets, so we don't have too much time on our hands. So let me turn on my blinker and let's make a left turn onto the main road, and then we're gonna slow down onto this road and we're gonna make a right turn. So let's do that right now, and the mechanic shop should be down the road. We are now back in town. Let's go. And as you guys can see, here are all the trucks that we are going to be transforming into off-roading mudding machines. But let's quickly take a look at the trucks that we are going to be working today. So first one is going to be this Raptor R Ford. Such a beautiful off-roading vehicle, but it doesn't have a suspension kit, so it's really low to the ground. Next up, we have this kind of old square body truck. It's really nice. I love the color. It's got this nice dark cherry color going on. Even the interior, look at the color of that. Oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. And lastly, we have one of the brand new revamps of the Ram trucks that was, I think, added at the beginning of April. I could be wrong, but we're going to be turning this thing into an off-roading machine. So I think we should begin with our truck. And now we're not going to turn this into an off-roading machine because it's a work truck, but we are going to be raising the suspension because it is very short, and I'm typically used to driving much higher. But let's go and quickly go to the settings. Let's go to suspension and let's raise this a little bit. Now let's raise the front just like so. Oh, look at that, it's starting to look good already. And then I think that is gonna be good. Actually, you know what, let me increase the spring force from the back as well, and that should be good right there. All right, so we raised it a little bit and now it's looking a little bit much taller. Maybe it's a little bit too tall, but I think it's gonna work for now. So let's park this thing right here and let's get started with the Ford Raptor. I think the Ford Raptor is gonna get a really nice suspension kit because right now it is pretty short. So let's pull into the garage and let's start working on this thing. All right, let me go to the suspension, and then for the front we're gonna raise it just like so, and then the back we're gonna raise it kind of like the same amount. Actually, you know what, let me raise this a little bit more, and then let me fix the minimum length just a tad bit. And lastly, let's add some camber to the tires because I don't like when it's all crooked like that. I like it when it's kind of like this. Yes, I think that looks pretty nice. Let me add a rear spring, and then I'm gonna fix the front. All right, so I think I got everything fixed up on the Raptor R. So let's get this thing turned on and let's get it parked right next to this truck. Actually, you know what, we can actually take it mudding. So let's go and test this thing out. Let's see how this thing performs. And good thing that there's a mudding pit right down here. This mudding pit is gigantic, you guys. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So hopefully the Raptor R does not have any issues with the brand new suspension that we just installed, but it looks very clean, you guys. All right, so let me hop in and let me get it turned on. Let's go and start this test. We're gonna go all the way around, and if it passes, then it's gonna be a W. But let's begin on this side of the mudding pit, and oh my goodness, whoa. All right, not bad, not too shabby. It doesn't have too much problem. It's going pretty well actually. But we're gonna turn around on that corner, and then we're gonna loop around and finish this little mudding pit. So let's go around here. So far so good. It doesn't seem to get stuck or have any issues, which it looks like it's gonna be a huge W. And look at that, we managed to go throughout the entire mudding pit without getting stuck. But let's quickly run this through the car wash because it is super dirty, and I think it deserves it because it managed to pass the mudding pit. But look at that, that was super easy, you guys. Let's head back to the mechanic shop and let's continue with the second vehicle. Now the second vehicle seems to be, I think this might be another Ford. So let's get this thing parked up right there, and let me jump into this old rust bucket. I'm kidding, you guys, this thing is a beauty. But let me carefully back into the garage so we can add a suspension kit onto this beauty. So let me get this thing parked, turn off the engine, and let's throw on a brand new suspension. But let me quickly check the engine, make sure this thing is supercharged much. All right, everything looks good. So let me go towards the suspension and let's begin customizing this thing. So we're gonna add a little bit of suspension towards the front, just like so, and then we're gonna go to minimum length and then increase this all the way, and then we're pretty much gonna do the same thing for the rear right here. So let me increase the height a little bit and then max this out. Awesome, look at that. It's looking very good. Now let me just fix up the camber because it's kind of a little bit too inwards and I don't like that. So let me just do it a little bit outwards, just like so, and I think that is gonna be rock solid. So let me quickly turn this on. I'm gonna change the drivetrain to 4-wheel drive and let's go and take this to the mudding pit. Dude, I think this is gonna perform pretty well. I don't think it's gonna fail, but if it does, then I am gonna be very sad, you guys. So let's go through the mudding pit. We're gonna start on the right side like we did with the Raptor R, and all right, it looks like, oh my goodness, it didn't even get dirty, you guys. All right, let's see if it gets dirty on this section of the mudding pit. But let me go and, oh my goodness, yo, that is crazy, you guys. I am speechless. I don't know what to say. This thing does not want to get muddy. This thing is indestructible. Am I speaking too soon? Actually, I'm very curious if it's gonna go through the entire mudding pit without getting dirty, you guys. But so far it seems to be performing very well, and it looks like only, oh, it looks like it got muddy. I mean, it still passed the challenge. Very good, but I tried to not get this truck muddy at all. But I'm still very impressed, you guys. I did not think it was gonna do that well. But let's run it through the car wash, get it cleaned up like brand new, and let's start making our way towards the mechanic shop. Alrighty, everyone, we are here at the mechanic shop, so let's get this thing parked up right next to the Raptor R. Now both of these vehicles passed the test and have been performing very well. I'm actually a little bit more impressed with this truck than the Raptor R, because that thing was covered in mud. I'm not sure if you guys remember, that thing was covered in mud. Even my bed had like an inch of mud. But we have one last vehicle, which is going to be the Ram. I forgot the model of this. This might be a 1500, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're gonna go and customize this thing into a mudding monster. So hopefully we can build something good. But let me carefully back this thing up. Oh, hold on, let me try not to hit the electrical box, because if I hit the electrical box, it's gonna be a disaster. But let's get this thing parked right here and let's start customizing. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is make this truck a little bit more dark grayish, kind of like this. I think I love that color. And then we're gonna add some reflectance. Next up is the engine. So you guys know we're gonna add a lot of power, 25%, and one supercharger. Before we do the suspension, I want to see if we can do any of the attachments, and I don't know if I'm gonna add any attachments actually. I mean, we can add a light bar, we could add we could add a winch just in case this thing gets stuck, and let me remove this hitch that is in the bed. Oh, and of course we cannot forget the mud flaps. We got, oh, actually, you know what, it's not gonna look good because we're gonna raise this super tall. Alrighty, that is going to be it for the attachments. Now we can work on the suspension. Oh, and by the way, remind me, you guys, to tint out my windows because it is very clear, you guys. Now for the height, we're gonna increase this just a tad bit, and then we're gonna do the same with the rear. I don't like to add too much suspension on my trucks, and then we're gonna go to minimum length and max that out, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the rear and max that out. And before we do finish up, we're gonna add some camber. We're gonna make the tires a little bit outward, just like so. And like I said, remind me, you guys, I have to add tint. I cannot live without tint. So let's add some tint. We're gonna make this a little bit darker, add some transparency, and that is gonna be it for this Ram right here. Look at this. Oh my goodness, we just built an off-road machine, I hope, and this thing does not get stuck. But before we do head out and take this to the test for our last truck, let me actually quickly close the garage right here. So let me quickly close that just like so. And wait, what time is it? Oh my goodness, it's already 3 p.m. All right, so let me hop in the Ram and let's get this thing tested out here at the mudding pit. I'm really nervous, you guys. I wonder how muddy this thing is gonna get. Hopefully not too much. And let's begin on the right side. Alrighty, look at that. Our wheels are now in. Dude, we are like an inch away from hitting the mud. And oh, our bed seems to get dirty now. Oh my goodness, our bed is now dirty. Don't worry, we're gonna have to go to the car wash, but let's go around this turn and let's make our way back. And oh my goodness, it looks like the main body seems to be dirty now. We just need the bumper and the tailgate to get dirty. Let's finish up this mudding pit track and let's see if that is gonna be it for the mud on this truck. And it looks like that is gonna be it. Oh, did I get stuck? Oh no, you guys, I think I'm stuck. Am I actually stuck? Wait, hold on, let me step on this thing. And oh my goodness, you guys, that was a really close call. Oh my goodness, my heart sank to the bottom and I seriously thought I was gonna get stuck. I mean, I don't think it would have been too much of a problem because we do have a winch, and I think we can connect it to one of the trees. Hold on, let me actually test this out. Let me put this in park. Let me hop out, and then we grab the winch, and then I think we could just go towards a tree, attach it, and oh, I don't think that worked. Yeah, that does not work. Oh, I thought that was gonna work. Never mind. So it would have been bad if we did get stuck. But anyways, let's make our way back to the mechanic shop, which is literally down the road, and let's get it parked right next to the GMC Denali and the Ford Square body. So let me carefully do this without hitting the trunks, and I think that is gonna be a phenomenal job. But would you take a look at that? We built this insane Raptor. We threw up an amazing suspension. Same thing with this one. This one looks really clean. Look at the wheels. Oh my goodness. And lastly, we ended up by customizing this beautiful Ram into another mudding monster. And of course, we cannot forget about the GMC Denali. We added some suspension on this thing, and it looks so much better. But anyways, that is gonna be it for the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe because it means so much to me. And I'll catch you guys on to the next one. Peace.